What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, the Biden administration, as we know, a few months right before the election, decided to get tough on the border, right? He implemented some new policy positions that pretty much put a cap on how many criminal aliens could come into this country. And everybody thought, oh, well, he's doing something now. All the politicians came out and lied. Well, they didn't really lie, but they're like, yeah, this is good. Finally, we're getting some action on the border. But, you know, you got me over here. I'm going through these policies, and I'm like, no, this is stupid. What are we doing? We're still allowing 2,500 criminal aliens per day. This is ridiculous. Why are we allowing any per day to come in illegally? Right? They ask for asylum. They can stay right there on the other side of the border. And hey, we'll take your name and we'll go figure this out. And once we figure this out, then you can come into the country. But until then, keep your butt right there on the other side of the border. That's what I say. I mean, I don't mind taking in asylees, but if you're going to be an asylee, you need to come in through proper channels. We're not just going to let you come in and let you roam free throughout the country, because anybody can just come up to the border and find a CBP agent and say, hey, I want to, I need political asylum. Please help. And it could be a terrorist. It could be, anything under the sun. You name it. Just name something right now. Think of something in your head. There you go. That's it. But what does Biden do now that, Donald Trump won? Kamala Harris is an obvious loser. And, so what to do now about this situation? Well, check this out. Biden administration loosens immigration restrictions ahead of second Trump term. Last-ditch effort. This is outright absurd, y'all. New York Mayor Eric Adams says immigration system in city is broken and Americans voted to fix it. New York City Mayor Eric Adams told The View on Friday that Americans voted last Tuesday to fix America's broken immigration system. The Biden administration is loosening some key immigration restrictions ahead of President-elect Donald Trump's second term, opening the door for thousands more illegal immigrants to enter the country. Trump has indicated that he could declare a national emergency and use military assets to carry out mass deportations. The Biden administration, however, is taking steps to make Trump's plans for the border more difficult. The Biden Department of Homeland Security is launching an ICE portal app, which they already have. They're not launching it. They've already got the app, for crying out loud. What the hell are they talking about? In December, that will allow migrants to skip their in-person check-ins at an ICE office and instead check in with immigration officials via an app on a phone or computer, according to reporting by the New York Post. So, you don't even have to go to an ICE office. You don't have to check in with these people at all. You just fill out an app, say you're an asylee, they just let you right on into the country, and then you can just roam free, do whatever the hell you want to. You don't, screw your court date, because you don't have to come back for that court date under the Biden administration. As a matter of fact, the statistics on how many of those criminal aliens that have not shown up for their asylum hearings is absurd, y'all. It's outright absurd. The app reportedly has severe glitching issues and does not track a migrant's location if he or she is using an Android phone or laptop. Further, the app does not check migrants for past arrests or outstanding warrants and allows them to opt out or contest government orders to undergo electronic tracking. What? So, once again, as I've been stating for a couple of years at this point, they just allow these people in, no vetting whatsoever. This is how we get Laken Riley's murder. This is how we get things like this, right? And also, Democrat policy. Mayor Eric Adams, the policy in their city, allowed Jose Ibarra to, I forget everything he done, but it was a lot, and some of it included a minor. He got into a car wreck with a minor in the car. There was some other stuff. I believe it was theft. Just let him go. And then he goes down to Georgia and ends up killing Laken Riley, which is absurd. And it's all could have been prevented if Joe Biden would not have allowed these people to come into the country, right? He had come to find out during the trial, because he just got sentenced to life in prison. Come to find out, yeah, he had a extensive criminal record. As a matter of fact, it's insane. This is just absurdity. Once again, Joe Biden is sabotaging Donald Trump's presidency. Right? He's trying to start World War III. He's just destroyed our border outright. Has allowed millions of criminal aliens, which we're going to get to some statistics here in a second. Absurd, y'all. Absurd. Expect Trump to roll back habitually defrauded immigration program, expert says. The New York Post reported that up to 100,000 migrants will be enrolled in the new program's first wave. This comes after the Biden administration set the record for the highest number of illegal migrants entering the country in a single year in 2023 with 3.2 million entries. This is the known entries. This is not the gotaways. There's millions of gotaways as well. This surpassed the previous record of 2.7 million set the year before. Among the cities most impacted by this surge is New York, which has seen over 223,000 migrants arrive in the city since spring 2022. As a sanctuary city, New York spent $3.7 billion in housing, food, and other costs in the 2024 fiscal year alone. Once again, it is just destroying cities outright all across the country. Yet New York that's only 223,000 out of what is the Biden administration allowed in? It's somewhere between 10 to 12 million criminal aliens. That's the estimates with the knowns and the gotaways. That's just the estimates. That's absurd. That's absurd. And they are filling up cities and towns all across the damn country, overwhelming some of the resources, like taking up resources, taking up jobs, which should be illegal. It should be a criminal act to give a criminal alien a job. I don't know why we allow for this. I don't know why people do it. I know the other argument is, there's been these viral videos going around online that show these I guess they're criminal aliens picking crops and just hauling ass, just doing it, just boom, 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 boom. And the caption is always, yeah, you'll never get an American citizen to do this. No Gen Z kid will get out there and do this. How do you know that? How do you know this? Right? Like, they just don't know this. They don't know this at all. They have no idea. They just assume this and then say, look, we need these people. But we don't need these people. Absolutely. Plus, the video, we don't even know if that video was taken in the United States. Right? It's just a video of some people picking crops. Like, we have no idea. But it's just absurd what has happened to this country. And this is why I totally agree with mass deportations. Right? Like, I know you got Cenk Uygur and all these people. Oh, they're just rip them out of their homes and rip them away from their babies and all this other stuff. It's like, shut up, Cenk. Right? Like, these people shouldn't have came here in the first freaking place. They shouldn't have tried to come across the border illegally. If they wanted to come to this country for better opportunities, they should have came through the proper freaking channels. I'm sorry. There is no excuse for crossing our border illegally. So, therefore, there is no excuse for not sending these people packing, for crying out loud. It's absurd. I don't know, these people are going to start whinging and screaming and yelling from the freaking rooftops when these people start getting deported. I'm going to be cheering for it, as a matter of fact. And I will be telling these people, they don't belong here. How about you try to enter into Venezuela or something like that, or go enter into Russia and see what happens. Illegally. Joe Borelli, a Republican New York City Council member, told Fox News Digital that many were hoping that with a second Trump presidency on the horizon, the crisis would wind down. Instead, he said these actions taken during the death gargles of the Biden administration are disheartening, to say the least. Yeah, to say the least. As a matter of fact, that's putting it nicely. They're outright absurd, if you will. This doesn't seem to be in the spirit of the peaceful transition Biden promised. He added, "This is a last-ditch effort to usurp the will of the people who voted decisively against sanctuary city policies and unrestrained illegal immigration." Right. Exactly, my guy. Exactly. Once again, the Biden administration walking through the White House, got his grenade jacket on. He's just pulling the pin, tossing these freaking grenades behind him, destroying everything in his path. He's destroyed the economy. He's destroyed the border. He's destroyed Title IX, women's protection. He's destroyed the feminist movement, for crying out loud. He's destroyed sports. He's destroyed all kinds of stuff. He's destroyed the rule of law in this country. He's destroyed social media, for crying out loud. We've got all these social media platforms weaponized against conservatives, for crying out loud. This is just getting outright absurd, and we need some serious and protracted change. As a matter of fact, we need this to last for a while. We don't need it to last for just 4 years. By the time the next presidential election comes up, we need J.D. Vance, Vivek Ramaswamy, somebody to come in and continue the MAGA movement. The MAGA movement needs to turn into the Republican Party, which is currently going on right now, because once again, and these people with their arguments are absurd. They're just outright absurd with some of their arguments as to why we should do some of these things that I just mentioned. Oh, we got mis and disinformation online. We need to slow down the crawl of mis and disinformation and all this. It's just getting outright bonkers, some of their arguments. There's no logic behind any of their arguments whatsoever. It's just all absurdity on top of more absurdity, if you will. And I'm getting sick and freaking tired of it. I can't wait for some damn change. But I think I've rambled on for long enough on this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. Do y'all believe that Joe Biden is destroying this country? Do you think this maneuver to just once again open the freaking floodgates after closing them just a little bit is an attempt to get as many people in here as possible to damage Donald Trump's ability to deport these people? And do you think Joe Biden is intentionally trying to start World War III to make the next Trump presidency look like a failure? Because no new wars in his first presidency, y'all. What do y'all think? Y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for this one. Hey, y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. I sure would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.